Esper, Pixie versus Schweigoy. Okay, we have blue, white, black. We have black, which is pretty key here in this moment for this hand. So let's go. Okay. This is black, so I can know where to run or Vanishing Verse. So let's go. One of our elves, sure. I'll take it out. Is there any point shocking or playing a third land? Well, yes, if I want a Narset, so let's Narset.
I have practiced against men with thoughtfulness before
We will take a
action.
Fatal Push. And the opponent has already seen enough. They think... maybe they thought I was... Azorius Control? No, can't be. I played multiple Fatal Pushes, or I played one Fatal Push. But, okay, sure. Game 1, victory. On to the next one. Esper, Pixie versus Dauntless Drafter Zemliano. Okay, we have the lands, we have things to do. Okay, let's go. Is red. Okay, sure. Pretty happy about that one, actually. That's also pretty good. Mono, sure. And a Heartfire Hero. Okay. Do I already want to start like meat hooking or something? I don't think I do. I will go for this. And just a nightmare here. And keep up this town ain't big enough. And also prepare for a Meathook Massacre. Oh. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna bounce that, and because I want to Meathook for 3. 1, 2, 3. So I need 5 mana to do that. So that requires a little bit more stalling. But let's bounce the relic. Oh, Vanishing Verse is brutal. Not brutal. It's good. It's good. Okay, I need Vanishing Verse up. Let's not use that. Let's... We want to keep up Vanishing Verse. What else do we want to do? I could Pixie into... Yeah, pick up the Nightmare. Replay the Nightmare. Make them hopefully discard something good. Pass the turn and use Vanish and keep up Vanishing Verse. Alrighty. Alright, they're not keeping mana up. left with a single Heartfire hero, which I can also Vanishing Verse. Perfect. I think this one's locked up. Draw another card. Play a tapped land. Keep up the Vanishing Verse. Are they gonna pump? Well, in that case, I'm gonna verse it. And that's enough for the opponent. Next turn, I could have used the Stormchaser's talent to get back the verse and kill the opponent. And kill the Kumano, and then they would have only been left with what top decks, and I also had the Meathook Massacre as backup as well. So perfect. All right, another victory, and especially against red deck, I'm super happy. On to the next game. Esper Pixie versus Grizzleband. Cool nickname, definitely. You not very great, but we have a Meathook that could do a lot of work. Let's kick it off with a... What do we need more? Blue or white? I don't have any white cards in my hand at the moment, so let's kick it off with this. Into Relic. And I have a lot of lands. But this can be pretty helpful. Ooh. Wow. Do I No, I'm gonna decline. I'm actually gonna discard 2 lands. And that was the right choice, for sure. Are they going to give me something to bounce? I'd really love to bounce something. But not stuff like that. Come on. Alright. Sure. Oh man, wow. They are giving me a very hard time. Should I just bounce this to draw? Like, I can't bounce anything on their side, so I'm actually gonna do this. Just to draw a card here. That came just in time. Let's take 2 and wait with the Fatal Push. Can I really come back from this? They're already destroying my hand so roughly. I'm gonna discard the Fatal Push. Sure. What else are you gonna do to me? Okay, a Bandit's Talent, sure. Whoa. I will not discard the Darkslick Shores. Oh man, they're just destroying me here. They are completely destroying me. Nope. I can't win. Good game. Alright, so they beat me with my own weapons. Unfortunately, in this game, I didn't have... Yeah, like, this town ain't big enough was stuck in my hand the whole game because I couldn't bounce anything from their side. I would have loved to bounce this. And the Pixie came too late and I had too many lands. Yeah, okay. That was a mess. That was a nightmare of a game, but it happens. On to the next one. Esper Pixie versus the virtuous Will. 76. Yeah. They also run Yorion, but they run Steam Vents. Alright, let's see what they're up to. Yorion and some Steam Vents and an Urborg. Interesting. Mardu. No, that's not Mardu, sorry. Alright, sure. Let's just kill that immediately. Attack. Should I keep up mana? I'm just gonna actually activate Yorion here. I don't think I need to necessarily keep up Vanishing Verse here. That was a pretty good draw. Okay, let's see what the opponent's up to. They're also activating Yorion. Okay, sure. Do I want to flash in a Sunpearl Kirin? Okay. I think the opponent just realized that I'm going to Yorion earlier than they are. And already have stuff to bounce. Not sure. Maybe they were just not satisfied with their own hand. But I would have liked to see what else they're up to. Anyway, on to the next game. Esper Pixie versus Jigen. Okay, we have the colors, we have this, we have a sweeper, which is a little slowy, but fine. 2 bouncers. This is one of the best cards in the deck, but it needs support. Oh yeah, we will push that immediately, or not. No, let's push one of the kind of payoff cards that comes with that. So they're probably going to play exactly the Essence Channeler. So let's put a full control here so that in response to the trigger we kill it so that no counters are generated and put on these Hinterland Sanctificer. Yeah, play this now, so it's untapped. So this is untapped next turn. I can Meathook for 2 next turn. Do I want to activate this, or do I want to keep up Fatal Push? We will keep up Fatal Push. Oh, and bouncing the Meathook Massacre. That's so nice. I really love that. I don't mind that at all. Alright, go into full control. Do the same thing here. I would like to find a threat at some point now. I'm going to activate Yorion and play this tapped. So the opponent has a moment here. But next turn I can Meathook Massacre. Whenever you gain life, play this and that. Okay. I can Meathook for 3, so let's hope that doesn't grow any bigger. It doesn't. That was pretty good. The Enduring Innocence. Okay. That's annoying. But let's see what they do. They play a voice. So in response to the voice, I will bounce these two things. So they don't draw a card here from the Enduring Innocence. Now the question is... what to do? I don't think I want to Meathook Massacre here just for the voice. I'm gonna do this. Now I'm angry. But no, I can bounce that later. Can I also... Yes, I can. Oh, no, no, no. I don't have blue. I only have 1 blue. That's very restrictive. So I can't activate this. I'm gonna have to wait and be patient here. What does flying and vigilance and then 10 or more in? Okay. Sure. All right. I'm just gonna Meathook here. Do I want to attack first? Then that will die and become a... Honestly, I'm just gonna stall again. I'm just gonna not attack and just stall. Whenever another creature enters, okay. You gotta keep bouncing that annoying Enduring Innocence. I can keep getting back the town at big enough with the Stormchaser's talent. Chump block. And now I'm gonna Meathook. For 4. Can I do it? Yeah. I want to keep up blue mana. Sure, they gain a life, but no benefit from it currently. Now, before they play another thing, I might need to bounce the Enduring Innocence again. Because that's just gonna be too much of card advantage, and I'm kind of like, I'm stalling and destroying, but I'm not getting anywhere here. I need to move forward. So, I think I have to. I don't want the opponent drawing cards. I think that's one of the worst things that can happen. Let's go. Okay, so let's play this. Yes, I know, but I will do the following. I will level up. Get that back and pass. Oof. They will draw a card here unless I bounce the Innocence, but that's fine. Here comes combat, so yeah, that thing's gonna grow more and more and more. Alright. I will block here, and I will bounce this and the Meathook. Alrighty. And now I will Meathook for 1. Which means my token will survive. And I can get back... No, I can't... Oh, okay. I have... How much mana do I have? 2, 4, 6. Okay, I cannot in this turn this town ain't big enough. What I can do is activate this to level 6, to level 3. Or I can Yorion, but no, I don't want a Yorion. I'm gonna play another one of those. Yeah, that's sure. That's fine. I'm gonna get back this town ain't big enough for the X amount of time. Okay, now they have a turn, but I have this. And I can also just bounce 2 things from my side. That also works. My screen just flashed black. I've got a heart attack. Because this is a good game. This is a fun game, interesting game. Now they have their... Well, they're going to draw a lot of cards here. But I have the constant recurring Meathook Massacre, right? For now, I think I'm just going to level this up. Use this. I'm gonna attack. Or not. No attacks yet. No, let's just keep patience. What's the stacking situation? I have 61 cards left. Okay. I only need to be more afraid of things that get insane high counters or things that... Okay. Yeah, they've drawn 2 a turn here. Like, these Enduring Innocence is my most problematic thing here, honestly. Like, the biggest problem for me. But I can consistently, if I... Okay. Yeah. I need to consistently Meathook Massacre, basically. Okay, next turn, how much can I Massacre for, though? For 5? Probably, yeah. Yeah, sure. Okay. So, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna bounce this and the Meathook Massacre. And we're gonna Meathook for 6. Can they somehow gain 1 life with 1 mana? I don't think they can, so let's Meathook for 6. Alright, and I can play a Stormchaser's Talent. Alright. Oh my god. This is insane. They are at 34 cards, see me at 60 cards. Okay, an Essence Challenger. Drawing 2 cards. Sure, Godless Fountain. Am I in a position where I can... Okay, I need to pay 4 plus 2 to bounce this and this back to my hand. So basically 6 mana. 2, 4, 6. And then I can... How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 4 plus 2 is 6. And then I have 4. I can only Meathook for 2. Not enough. Not more. So I need to stock up, I think. I think this is a moment where I should stock up instead. Find a Vanishing Verse. Oh, a Sunpearl Kirin is interesting. And a Nowhere to Run. Just pass here. Alright, giving the opponent some room, but oof. This game is off the charts, I'm telling you. This is... such... Oh, these things are so annoying. But at some point, aren't they gonna just overdraw? Let's see how they attack. Yeah, they wanted to shock to make the Essence Channeler fly. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana up. I can push. Nowhere to run, that's 3. Oh. Okay, that's gonna get nowhere to run. Now they attack. My question is, if I push the Challenger, do I have enough mana to Kirin into this? But then this will survive. So something will get those counters, most likely. If they put it on the Terralesa. If they don't, then okay. So let's yeah, I have enough mana, so let's try it. Oh my god, I hope they don't put it on Tresalara. I hope they put it on the Luminous Phantom, because that's kind of attacking at the moment, and they want to... which one? Yes, they put it on the wrong one. Let's go. Perfect. Okay, is it time to play a Yorion? Or do I need to Meathook Massacre again? No, I don't think I do. This doesn't have evasion. So Yorion can give me a relic, get this, bounce this, bounce that. I can also just get back Fatal Push. Can I Yorion and push? I can. Let's push that. Yeah, okay. Is it time to Yorion? I don't even know. Like, can I even wait longer? Nah, let's do it. This, and this. And even this. Why not? All right. Let's bounce the Meathook or the Relic. Let's bounce the Meathook. I'd like to have that in my hand again. Let's kill this. Okay. Can I deal 44 damage at some point? What is this? Okay, well that's... oh, that's fine. Opponents at 23 cards in their deck. This is reset again. I can get back... my screen is turning black. HDMI cable can recuperate here. I don't see what's going on. Did the opponent just concede? I'm sorry, I have a black screen here. Come on, you can do it, computer. Give me some HDMI power. Yes, okay. Wow, the opponent conceded. Sorry. Unfortunately, I didn't see what just happened, but I heard the sound. So, wow. My computer, please. Okay, even without seeing the screen, that game was amazing. That was a really good game of Magic. I do think that I did have the opponent under control because I was able to I had so much mana at this point that I could consistently recycle the This Town Ain't Big Enough and the Meathook Massacre. That, yeah, the opponent would have had to have a turn where they gained that much life that they turned a creature into a big enough to survive the Meathook Massacre, but then at the same time I could always kind of find a way to bounce. What I needed to do was the most important thing I needed to do is always make sure that I always also bounce one of the what's it called, the 1 mana blue enchantment, which allows me to pay 4 to get a card back from the graveyard, because I always need to keep recuperating, recurring, and that's kind of how it works. Yeah, wow, good game, good run. Let's head over to the recap. All right. So in the recap, we are here for the recap. Esper Pixie. So, sorry about the screen situation. You won't have seen it or noticed anything, but on my side, at the final moments of the game, my screen went black. So I use a HDMI switch because I sometimes use a laptop or switch between desktop and laptop. But that kind of had that just broke down, I think. So I had to quickly switch my HDMI cable directly into the desktop computer, which I'm currently using. All right, so yeah, technical difficulties, the typical. However, and now everything works, and here we are. So this deck is definitely fun to play, and it seems to me that it actually can also be pretty strong. As we really saw this deck showcase in the final game of today's run. So the run went 4-1. Very happy with that, of course. And the final game was really like the showcase. Wow, how this deck can really generate a lot of value and recurring problems for the opponent, and also close out the game. But okay, let's break the deck down. So the mana is very 3-color. No special, like, except for one Otawara, there's nothing really. And an Urborg, these are all just normal lands. So no man lands, no utility lands, anything of the sort. The mana base just wants to be able to cast, have double blue, double black, and some white in there, if very reliably. That's what this is about. Then we have the single Yorion as your companion, and this obviously is a perfect match for a Pixie deck because a lot of your enchantments have enter the battlefield triggers, and Yorion can trigger, flash out multiples, and generate a lot of value that way. So let's take a look at the enchantments that have the value. So these are the things we want to be returning back to our hand to replay them over and over again. For ones, we have the Stormchaser's Challenge, which just creates a 1/1 with prowess, where the goal is to stall with it by chump blocking or attack with it to dwindle down the opponent's life total. We have the Hopeless Nightmare, which is banned in Standard because it is too strong over there, but it's still fine in Pioneer. 1 mana, opponent loses 2 life and discards a card. So recurring this can really tax the opponent's hand. The Relic is a new addition from Edge of Eternities, and this fits so nicely into the deck. When you play it, you draw a card, and when it leaves the battlefield, you draw a card. So you can bounce this with your Pixie to go deeper into your deck, and then replay it and draw again. So, yeah, a lot of value gained with this card. Momentum Breaker is a mix of creature removal, or if they don't have creatures, it's a Hopeless Nightmare without the 2 damage. So yeah, opponent sacrifices a creature or they discard a card. So it's a little bit more versatile. Nowhere to Run is your kind of go-to creature removal spell in the early game. This is what you need against like mono red or other creature-based decks. You need to be able to get rid of the creatures and also recast this, like bounce it back to your hand and recast it. Vanishing Verse belongs into this category. We'll talk about that later. The Meathook Massacre is your sweeper, and in the final game we saw how valuable it is. It's a sweeper, which is also an enchantment, so you can play it and bounce it and play it again, which is absolutely required, and which gives this type of sweeper the added value. So we really saw in the final game that repeatedly casting the Massacre gave the opponent a very hard time to get through. Then we have the return to your card, return cards to your hand effects. We have the Pixie, the Kirin, and the MVP in my opinion. Well, the Pixie is great because it's 1 mana. So in the early game, this is the strong one. But in the mid to late game, this one is the strong one because it can bounce 1 thing on the opponent's side and 1 on your side, or it can bounce 2 things on your side as well, if you feel that's worth more. And then the Stormchaser's talent, one thing we forgot to talk about when we were talking about this card is for 4 mana, you can actually get something back from the graveyard, instant or sorcery, which is super valuable. And this really gets you kind of into a type of loop with this town ain't big enough, where you can always bounce the Stormchaser's talent itself, replay it, cast, then again get this town ain't big enough, and in the process you're also bouncing something else either on the opponent's side or on your own side, for example a Meathook Massacre or a Hopeless Nightmare. That does require quite a bit of mana, but once you're there in the late game, this is a very great recurring mechanism. And it also creates an order every time you do it as well. So that's kind of a very good combination there. So apart from the ETBs and the return to your hand effects, we have a few other effects. We have some spot removal, 4 fatal pushes, and 3 vanishing verses to just also deal with, because you do need to be able to remove problematic creatures or permanents. You can also get these back with the Stormchaser's Talent level 2 effect. So there's your removal suite. And then we have 4 stock-ups because it's just, it fits very well here. It not in the form that it has any ETB effect or can be returned, but for 3 mana, with this deck, you're not playing at instant speed, so you don't need to worry about sorcery speed. And you can use this to really refill your hand, potentially also level 2 Stormchaser that. So you have a lot of options with the level 2 Stormchaser here. And 3 Narsets, which is also great. -2, find something you need, and then you can also bounce it back to your hand. So there you go. That's what the deck does. Just a very value-oriented deck, not fast at defeating the opponent, but good at consistently attacking their creatures, their hand, and like always doing it again and again. Yeah, that's it for today's run. Esper Pixie. Let's take a look at some flavor text. Oh, the Pixie has some. Count yourself lucky I came upon you. This is not a world of second chances. And on that note, thanks for watching, have fun, see you in the arena, and peace.